all the people that you see working here tonight, from the doors to the souvenirs to the cabin to the museum to the concessions, we are volunteers, and we do this simply because we love this place. I have an update on Miss Rita. As some of you know, she took a pretty bad fall back in September. She has been having her ups and downs with her healing, but she's on a walker, she's moving around. She comes and stays for a while and then goes back up to her house to rest. So she's getting there. That's all I can say. She's getting there. Now, we usually at this time have a hat giveaway for the person who's from the farthest away. Sometimes we have foreign countries, sometimes we have big states up in the north or whatever. So give me some of the places you're from. Well, that might just be the winner. Might not have to go too far after that. But let's get some states too. California. Okay. Maryland. New Jersey. Where else? Okay, South Carolina. Georgia, gotcha. Anywhere else? Oh yes, that's a country all in itself. It truly is. All right, I believe that England, you won our hat. Miss Vicky has the hat, if you'll come and get it. We thank you for being here with us tonight. All right, at halftime, we would like you to feel free to visit the far side of the campus is the cabin. In the middle of the campus, you have the museum. This, of course, is the main auditorium. We have concessions and souvenirs to the left of us. Our sponsors are Bryant Label, WETS 89.5 FM, the Virginia Star, Scott County Telephone Cooperative, and partial funding for our programs is provided by the Virginia Tourism Commission. Also, if you're interested in attending church services, Mount Vernon Church, the church of A.P. Carter, was fundamental in starting. It's right up the road on the hill here. You can ask someone around here. I think they're going to have sunrise services somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure of that. But someone here will know. Okay, we do have a rule here at Carterfold. If it's a gospel song, we do not dance. It's just something that has been in place ever since we've been open, so no dancing on the gospel songs. We have some special shows coming up. The first one is going to be a WCYB show. They will be here April the 16th, 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. There is some live music available from Dr. Smitty and his band. They'll be playing from 6:30 to 7:30. This is free to the public. So it's on the website, check it out. There's flyers on either side of the building if you want some more information. Then next week, April the 11th, we have the McCoury brothers, the McCoury family. They're a traveling group. They are Dale McCoury's sons and grandsons and grandchildren. They will be here Saturday, April the 11th at 7:30. There are also some programs on either side of the building that you can check more information for that. Okay, let's see. We got, check the website for it. We have a special guest of honor here tonight. There'll be more said about him later in the show. Raymond McLain knows a lot about this man and his contribution to the world of bluegrass music in the States, overseas, Europe. He's touched it all. The guest of honor is Mr. Bill Clifton, and I believe he's celebrating a 95th birthday, and he's here. Now, after you hear some of the history about Mr. Clifton, what Raymond will tell you, we are fortunate enough to have some of the CDs, CDs and albums in our souvenir shop. Mr. Clifton's own personal recordings, and they'll be a treasure, and someday they'll be hard to find. So you may want to check that out. And there's Miss Rita, guys. Let's give her a hand. for the band, we've got Ruth and Raymond McLain and Dan Bonner, and I think we're supposed to call them Ruth, Raymond, and Dan. So here they are.
Thank you so much, Debbie. Always an honor to come play music at the Carter Family Fold. We always start the show when we come here with a few Carter Family songs. There are so many wonderful ones. As Debbie said at the beginning, we're very honored that Bill Clifton is here tonight. And I'd like to read this, if I could. This was presented to Bill 2 years ago on his 93rd birthday. It says, "In the old style of building a home, there was a foundational hearthstone, or hearthstone, as it was called by some ancient Scots. When Jeanette Carter established the Carter Family Fold in 1974, she drew on her legacy, her faith, and on the strength and inspiration of friends and family. Bill Clifton is a steadfast friend of the Carter family, going back to A.P. Carter himself in 1950. Eventually, Bill moved to the Valley to be close to A.P. and the family. Bill's humble, gentle manner belies his powerful influence, but it is impossible to overstate the monumental impact Bill Clifton's recording career has had on country music. That career has spanned more than 7 decades. At one point in the 60s in England, he outsold the Beatles. His recordings of original and traditional songs, many A.P. Carter songs, and his songbook introduced the material that is now incorporated in the standard songs and the body of bluegrass and country songs that everyone knows. Bill's recordings and performance tours took the Carter family songs and style far and wide, sometimes to places where American country music had never been heard, helping popularize the Carter sound worldwide. Bill Clifton's steadfast, loyal friendship, inspiration, and intense interest are so powerful that they have weight and have become some of the material from which dreams can be built. Given on his 93rd birthday, this plaque is to commemorate his close friendship with the Carter family and to recognize Bill Clifton as a heartstone of the Carter family fold. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Clifton. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Clifton. Happy birthday to you. So I believe this may be one of Bill's very favorite songs, and I know it's become one of mine. Just at the close of a bright summer day, just as the twilight was fading away, soft on the breeze as the coo of a dove, someone was singing an old song of love. Tell me you love me and say you'll be true. I love nobody in this world but you. Your heart and my heart in love will entwine. Give me your love and I'll give you mine. With me to a white shady nook where flowers bloom outside of the brook. Nature is sleeping, the birds are at rest. I'll send the right rose on your beautiful breast. Tell me you love me and say you'll be true. I love nobody in this world but you. Your heart and my heart in love will entwine. Give me your love and I'll give you Two lovers sitting in one quiet place, two lovers joined in one warm embrace, whispering softly these words so divine. Give me your love and I'll give you mine. I've something to ask you while you're by my side. It's a question of love, of a groom and a bride. And if you refuse me, my heart it would pine. Give me your love and I'll give you mine. Tell me you love me and say you'll be true. love will entwine. Give me your love and I'll give you mine. Well, Ruth and I are so pleased that Dan Boner could come be with us. Some of our friends have asked about Alice and Al that usually play with Ruth and me. They had some commitments for Easter with their church and couldn't come tonight. But we're happy that Dan Boner could come. You know Dan, he's been here so many times. He was my student at East Tennessee State University. As a matter of fact, in the year 2000, on my first day as a teacher there, it was his first day as a student. And we were together for many, many years and had an opportunity to travel the world and play together in Japan and Belgium and all over the United States as well. And we're honored to be here with Dan Boner tonight. Thank you, Dan, for coming. We're going to sing a song that Ruth wrote about going to a country dance. It's called Come On Out Tonight. Don't you know time is right? Ain't more to sleep for her. wrote some words to the old fiddle tune, Back Up and Push. And the question's asked if the devil really lives in the fiddle. You know, people used to say that years ago. And let's do this especially for Carol and Dan. But my grandmother said she thought the devil really lived in the fiddler. Did you ever wonder about the fiddle? What kind of spirit lives in the fiddle? Is that old Satan right there waiting? Or is it tuned with the angel plan? Oh, back up and push back up and push back on. Bruce and glory, can't go wrong. Singing the song back up and push away. If you let the devil play on your senses, prepare to suffer the consequences. The fullest measure of worldly pleasure can only stir up roaring fire. Oh, back up and push back up and push back on. Bruce and glory, can't go wrong. Singing the song back up and push away.
Thanks, Raymond and Ruth, for asking me to come play with y'all tonight. This is a lot of fun. I have a Bill Clifton story, if I can tell one. Some of y'all were here last week. You probably got to see J.P. Mathis. And about 20 years ago, J.P. and I used to be in a group with a Japanese shamisen player named Takaharu Kunimoto. And we were in Japan, believe it or not, on a Wednesday night. We had just played a sold-out show in a theater in Tokyo, and we were down in the subway, getting ready to get on a train and go home or go back to our hotel. And as we're just standing there, just happenstance, we're holding our banjos and fiddles and guitars, and this little lady, she was probably, I don't know, 78, 79, 80 years old. She kind of walks up, and she had a little guitar in her hand. And she wasn't Japanese, though. She looked like us. And we all got on the train at the same time, just within minutes, within seconds. And we got on the train, and she had a British accent, and she said, "Ah, y'all bluegrass players, are you?" And we said, "Yeah." Or she goes, "You don't happen to know Bill Clifton, do you?" And we said, "Yeah, we saw him about 2 months ago." And it was so funny to be in Japan on a Wednesday night and run into somebody who knew Bill Clifton. So that was really remarkable. I never forgot that.
Well, I think that is remarkable, Dan. It's a small world, and Bill, of course, has performed in 90 countries, over 90 countries, I believe. They're checking. Countless countries.
They don't make numbers that big, Raymond.
But he certainly has spread American country, old-time country, and bluegrass music all over the world. So when I left East Tennessee State University's Bluegrass Old-Time and Country Music Program, my mother was sick in Kentucky, had Alzheimer's, and we wanted to be close to her, of course, and so I needed to leave. And in their wisdom, East Tennessee State University invited Dan Boner to succeed me and become the director of the program, which he still is today. And so what I did was I took all my stress and gave it to Dan. And I tell him when I started, and I'm not saying it's his fault, and I'm not blaming Dan, but when I started teaching him, my hair was brown. So I look at him now and I say, Dan, who have you been teaching?
That's right. That's right. Well, I gave you a hard time then, but I always like getting to sing with you, so can we do it? Let's do a duet here. Now will you love me, little darling, when I'm in some other land, and you know I can't be with you, or will you be loving another man? Will you be loving another man? Will you be loving another man? When I return, will you be waiting, or will you be loving another man? And telling me that love is round. Then before I'm out of sight, then be loving. Will you be loving another man? Will you be loving another man? When I return, you be waiting. Oh, will you be loving another man? Now if I find this to be true, dear, I want you to please understand. When I return, don't say sorry, just keep on loving another man. Will you be loving another man? Will you be loving another man? When I return, you be waiting. Oh, will you be loving another man? Say that when he was young, he saw the McLain family band and Raymond playing the 5-string banjo doing the Bells of St. Mary's, and how that just blew his mind. And you're about to hear it right now. Gosh, Raymond and Ruth have played all over the world, 62 different countries, I think, when they toured with the State Department. Raymond has performed on the Grand Ole Opry for years with Jim and Jesse McReynolds. And even far back as groups like Don Reno and Red Smiley. And he's just a hero of mine and a very, very, very good close friend. This is Raymond McLain. You all know him. Thank you.
introduction. I'd like to do this especially for Tammy. Tammy and Eddie, what are you doing? Oh, there you go. This is for you. Tune right now? Okay. Okay, then we'll do it. 5 times at our house. And Durham's real. I wanted to introduce the young lady that is playing the bass so beautifully, and she's such a wonderful singer. And Ruth and I, she's my younger sister, Ruth, and we've played with our family, with our father, from Hyman, Kentucky originally. When Ruth was 13 years old, she went to Washington, D.C. and made her national network television debut on CBS television, opening the White House Conference on Children, and playing the mountain dulcimer and singing beautifully. She was one of the first young ladies to play this style bass all over the world, and Ruth is so dependable and so certain, and every time you step on the stage with her, you know you have not only wonderful support, because Ruth is one of the few people that's capable of being both supportive and a star. And she is a star, and she also is wonderful support. This is my sister Ruth McLain. So we're going to do a little dance tune right now. Fine Times at Our House. close to. This is a tune that I wrote. Everyone has someone in their life that they wish they could be close to, that they can't. And this one is called I Am Here. This is a song that it's new for us, but it's an old song, and we love it. We'd like to do this especially for you for us. This is a beautiful song. Dan mentioned that I played the song with Don Reno and Red Smiley back years ago, and I was very honored to do that. This is a song that they sang, and this is kind of their vocal arrangement for this song. It's called Whispering Hope. The Harrison family here tonight. Just recently, the last time the McLain family band was here in November, our dear friend Barbara Harrison was here. And we had a very nice visit, and she looked wonderful. And to make a long story short, she actually passed away about a month or two ago. Otherwise, she'd be here tonight. And Dan and I were honored to sing this song at her funeral. It's one that we've sung many times, and it's one of my favorites.
Well, I'm tired and so weary, but I must go alone till the Lord comes and calls me away. Oh yes. Well, the morning is bright and the land is the light, and the night is as black as the sea. Oh yes. And there will be peace in the valley. valley for me. Well, the bear will be gentle, and the wolves will be tame, and the lion shall lay down by the lamb. Oh, yes. And the beast from the wild will be led by a little child. And I'll be changed from this creature that I am. Oh, yes. And there will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh, Lord, I pray. There'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble I see. There will be peace in the valley for me. Just be peace in the valley for me. For me. Thank you very much. We're going to do one more gospel song, and then we'll do maybe a couple dance tunes. This might be a little longer set than some bands do, but we're just enjoying playing so much. I hope it's okay. I mean, we could probably just, I don't know what an intermission is at this point. We could just, you know.
I'm hoping the Ruth family's singing. Are y'all singing in the intermission? No? Next time, okay? Okay. The Rusk family is a wonderful family, and last time we were here, y'all sang in the intermission, and it was beautiful. Everybody enjoyed it. So maybe next time we come back, we all. Okay.
This is one, Raymond. Is this an old-time gospel song? I don't know this one so well.
Oh, this is a wonderful song. A young lady from Pike County, Kentucky, by the name of Molly O'Day, wrote this song. She also wrote songs like When My Time Comes to Go, and I bet she might have written in the Boxcar Hit. She certainly sang it. But she definitely wrote this and played the 5-string banjo in the old-time style. And she changed country music really when she, well, we just sang the song. It's called Coming Down from God.
God.
All right, well, let's do some other numbers here that people can dance to. When Jeanette was here, when we get to about this point in the show, she'd tap you on the back or something and say, it'd be a good time to do a dance number. This is a banjo instrumental that I wrote some years ago. Sonny Osborne and J.D. Crowe were getting ready to record together, and Sonny asked me if I'd write him a tune to go on this recording. Well, I did make the tune, and Sonny, I played it for him, and he played it in my living room, and he liked it, and he named it the River City Blues. And the recording never happened because of record labels and schedules and things, and then Sonny tore his rotator cuff and didn't play a lot after that. So he never got to record it, but we recorded it just last year, and we have it. Do we have any of the Kentucky Moon CDs? And Dan's got records here too, right?
I've got 2 CDs. Yeah, I've got The Gospel Way, which is a live gospel album recorded back in 2007 at First Baptist Church in Elizabeth. Becky Boulder is on it. And then there's also West of West Virginia. There's 1 CD of those over there, so you better get it. You better get in that number.
Some lucky person will get that one. It's got everybody on it from Heather Berry to
Rhonda Vincent,
Buck Trent, and Buck Trent plays the electric
banjo, and Rhonda Vincent's on it, and Adam Steffi, and me.
Okay, this is the River City Blues. 2, 3, 4. music on this stage with Johnny Cash and Jim Carter, didn't you? Before the show, a number of people said, Raymond, would you please tune your banjo? Most of the requests came from Ruth and Dan.
Well, you know, I've heard somebody say when the instrument's a little out of tune, it sounds like there's more people. And since there's only 3 of us, you know, maybe it doesn't hurt so bad. We'll do one more here, and then we're going to take a short intermission, if that's okay with you. And again, we hope you go over and check out the merch table. There's cassette tapes even. Those are coming back. Just like low-rise jeans and all the other trends that are coming back around. So.
Okay, and Terry, Brake, and Diane are here tonight. Thank you all for coming over. That's very nice. They do a lot. They have a song farmers chapter that they lead. One of the first and one of the best. And it's really wonderful to see what y'all are doing. I've had a wonderful chance to play with them out in Lexington, Kentucky, some different places. But it's nice to see y'all here tonight. Feb and my buddy Jim. This is we'll do this song and we'll take a little intermission.
Thank you.
every one of you here tonight. We feel very close to you all because we love this young man so much. He's a young man turning 95 tomorrow. And it's really an honor. So we'll take a little break, and Billy, if you're ready, I'll turn things over to you. You have a nice bundle there yourself.
Yes, it's the new Rust baby.
It's all the new Rust baby.
New Rust baby.
Oh, I bet that's the reason that they didn't sing tonight. They were taking care of this young man.
No, thank you.
We'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, guys, please feel free to visit the cabin, the museum, souvenir shop, and the concession stand. The concession stand will be open through the break, so we're going to shut down a little bit early so folks can get home and prepare for Easter services. So we'll be back. Ruth and Dan. There they go.
Very much, David. I'm driving fast and running late. I'm all worked up, I'm kind of late. My pretty girl don't want to wait. There's a dance in old Kentucky. Clear the hallway, sweep the floor. Find you a water cup, up for the dance in old Kentucky. My gal likes to cause a stir. She likes to dance and swish and skirt. I hope by that girl can flirt. Dance in old Kentucky. Clear the hallway, sweep the floor. Find your water cup, up for the dance in old Kentucky. Now, man, lift your left hand around that room with the right left hand. Kiss your partner, thank the band at the dance in old Kentucky. Clear the hallway, sweep the floor. Find your water cup, up for the dance in old Kentucky. Here's Ruth to sing Remember Me. She'll do it for you, absolutely. We'll do that. No, we won't forget that. We'll do that, absolutely. I believe Dan's going to get his fiddle right now, aren't you, Dan? This is a treat because Dan is a wonderful fiddler, and he can play not only country music and beautiful love ballads and things like that. He also can play very good hold-down fiddle too. What do you have picked up for us, Dan?
Well, this is an old-time fiddle tune, I think. I think Clayton McMitchin may have done this for those of you old-time fiddle aficionados. And I got to learn, Tex Logan was another great fiddler who did this, and he tuned the E string down to a D when he played it. And I'm determined to learn that. Maybe if we play here again, if we ever do in this configuration or any other, I'm going to learn that other version. But for the time being, you get it in normal tuning. So this will be Katie Hill, so you can come on out and dance if you want.
Here's a number that Ruth played for many years. Now, Ruth, one of the things that I heard time and again during the intermission is what a wonderful bass player and wonderful singer my sister is, and I've heard that all my life, and it always sounds good. People were telling me the same things, like she's their favorite bass player and so forth, and I know exactly why, because I feel the same way. She's not only played with the McLain family band, but she's filled in with everyone from Bill Monroe to Ralph Stanley to Don Reno and Red Smile and Bill Harrell to everybody else. But she played for many years with Grandpa Jones and Ramona Jones. And this is a number we're going to dedicate this especially for Tammy, because it's one that, and you'll know why. Because her mother sings this song, or sang this song beautifully. And it's, and Ruth did this many times. I sang it at Ramona's funeral, actually. The people that asked me to tune the banjo during the intermission said, "Would you please tune your guitar too?" Okay. Of this near forgotten man, on a cold November morning, here I stand, thinking of
what you gave away. All the things that are scattered all around, the birds and flowers that were here now can't be found. All the friends that he once had are not around. They are scattered like the leaves upon the ground.
Ruth was working on a Tom T. Hall song. A special request. Who requested this from Ruth?
Where's Annie? Where's Annie? Annie! Over on this side.
Someone saw her.
There you go, David. Something happened to your microphone.
Someone said Addie got in the car, started the car and drove off.
Hey, how old is Annie?
How old do you have to be to drive in Virginia? I don't know.
Okay, we're going to do this especially for you. Ready, go.
I love little baby ducks, old pickup trucks, slow-moving trains, and rain. I love little country streams, sleep without dreams, Sunday school in May and hay. And I love you too. I love leaves in the wind, pictures of my friends, birds of the world, and squirrels. I love coffee in a cup, little fuzzy pups, old TV shows, and snow. And I love you too. Oh, I love honest open smiles, kisses from a child, tomatoes on the vine, and onions. I love winners when they cry, losers when they try, music when it's good, and life. And I love you too. Yes, I love you
Well, I'm glad you asked for that song, Eddie, because I believe that one's a keeper. Well, there you are. Let's see, everybody's up. Let's play another fiddle. You got your fiddle there. Dan, let's do something they can dance to. How about two fiddles?
Want to do a little Sally Gooden? Would that work with us?
Let's do something else. Yeah. How about golden slippers?
Golden slippers would be good.
G-Drag. start it off and I'll get with you.
D.
Okay? G would be like. Well, y'all can dance to this one too. It's a slow one. It's going to be a beautiful, slow song. It's one our father, actually Daddy and I wrote this one together. And Ruth has sung this one also with, not only on our shows, but soloing with symphony orchestras and in many different places, thousands of occasions. It's a beautiful song. He wrote this when we were touring and homesick. And he said, you know, the breeze that you feel blowing on your face, one time that same breeze blew back home in Kentucky. And it's a beautiful song because everybody shares the same wind. It's called Kentucky Wind.
The wind sings an old song in Kentucky. Have remembered from some other time and place. It brings back now and then an all-time feeling left over from its never-ending rain. Sing to me.
of it?
I get my fingers rolled. Okay, I don't know it.
I'll get pulled, honey. Come here. You get mine, I'll get pulled away. You get mine, I'll get pulled away. Then we'll throw it away. Baby mine.
What you do when the river's running? What you do when the river's running? What you do when the river's running? Down sunny, honey, baby, you get like we go down to throw that hole, honey, baby, what do you do when I know how.
Thank you, Scott. You did good. You did well, buddy. Okay.
Wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. I wanna learn to romance and ride. I wanna rock the plains and the hills. I'm west of the grapevine. I wanna hear the
show off.
One, two, three, four.
They're going to do one more for us.
Okay, we will do that. And I'd like all the Russ family who'd like to come up and join us. And Steve, come join us for this.
Russ family, come on stage and join the song, please.
Come join us.
Russ family.
Where's Terry? You all come us too. We'd like to ask the Rex to come join us for this. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw the hearse come rolling just to carry my mother away. Well, the circle set when somebody passes from this life. But it's a beautiful, beautiful thought that there is the circle of life. And that's the way it's intended. And we're all part of that beautiful circle. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw the hearse come rolling just to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken? Don't sing. There's a better home awaiting in the sky or in the sky. There's a better home awaiting in the sky or in the sky.
Good night, everybody. God bless you. Hope you have a happy Easter. Be careful on your way home, and let's have another big hand for a great big show tonight.